Hello and welcome to Clearview Television. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. Controversy rages as Pastor Leke Adeboye calls some pastors of the Redeemed Christian Church of God goats for preaching different sermons from those authorized by the General Overseer. For the umpteenth time, original inhabitants of the Federal Capital Territory demand recognition as a state or be granted mayoralty status. Burkina Faso's former president Blaise Compaoré gets life sentence over assassination of former leader Thomas Sankara. I am Nkiru Obuli. We're happy to be back with you after the 1-week break due to unforeseen circumstances. A high-powered political meeting in Rivers State capital, Port Harcourt, has the potential of jeopardizing the presidential chances of Wazirin Adamawa Atiku Abubakar. Reports just reaching Clearview TV newsroom says some PDP presidential aspirants this Wednesday met in Port Harcourt. Governor Wike received 4 other aspirants to fine-tune modalities for the emergence of the presidential aspirants of the party. The aspirants, who include Governor Aminu Tambuwal of Sokoto State and Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, were led to the Government House Port Harcourt by a former governor of Kwara State and former president of the Nigerian Senate, Bukola Saraki. Speaking at the end of their closed-door meeting, Senator Saraki said the meeting centered largely on how to unite the party, especially among all the presidential aspirants.
We just finished talking about how the best way for us to unite a party, to bring unity among all those who are aspiring to lead this country under the PDP. We all realize the importance of this, as that PDP is the only option really to redirect this country in the right direction and bring progress and provide a better future for our people. And we've been to some of the other states. Today we're here with Governor Rivers, the key stakeholder of this party, to discuss frankly. He's given us his views, and we're taking some suggestions that we'll continue to work with as we move away from here. But the key thing is unity. The key thing is to put the country forward, put the country first and put the party first.
Our interest is the unity of the party. Our interest is to make Nigeria happy by making sure by 2023 PDP takes over the reins of government, because Nigerians are patiently waiting, and I can assure you that we're going to work as a team to make Nigerians happy.
Leke Adeboye, the son of the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, has sparked diverse reactions on social media after he slammed erring pastors of the church. Taking to his Instagram account, Pastor Leke referred to all RCCG pastors who nonetheless preach their very own messages after the GO, that's the General Overseer, had preached his sermon as goats. The RCCG, each first Sunday of the month, all parishes are anticipated to hook up with the nationwide headquarters of the church, the place that the GO delivers the sermon, which is predicted to be the one sermon of the day. However, some parish pastors, on the other hand, went ahead to give their very own sermons after the GO's sermon. Writing on his Instagram page, Leke, who frowned at such pastors, described them as goats. He said, quote, "Why would you go and preach another sermon after that the GO had just finished speaking and preaching? You are not a son, you are a goat, sir. Next Thanksgiving, just do an altar call, then Thanksgiving." Lake's comments have gotten folks talking or speaking online, as some queried him for referring to the erring pastors as goats, whereas others agreed with him. Nigerian government has detected over 1,500 workers who presented fake letters of employment to its verification committee. The head of the civil service of the Federation of Folashade Yemiason revealed this at the National Policy Dialogue on Entrenching Transparency in Public Office Recruitment in Nigeria, organized by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission in Abuja. Yemi Eson said the federal government has suspended the salaries of 3,000 civil servants who failed to present themselves for verification. She said the verification exercise is to eradicate fake and illegal recruitment in government agencies. A suspected supplier of vehicles to terrorists operating in Katsina and neighboring states is now in police net. The suspect, Ibrahim Abdul Rashid, was arrested in a car deal of 2.5 million naira. Katsina State Police spokesman Gambo Isa said Abdul Rashid supplied Hilux van to one Jamilu Bazaru, who has been on the police wanted lists.
The police spokesman Gambo Isa, while addressing the media, says investigations by the police revealed that the Hilux van purchased to further the activities of terrorists in the state, especially Safana, Damusa and Dusema, which are among the 11 frontline local government areas in the state. To perfect the purchase and delivery of the vehicle, the suspect employed the services of his neighbor, which led to their arrest after delivering the vehicle to the wanted terrorist Jamilu Buzaru.
And this money that was collected from Buzaru, it was meant to buy a brand new Toyota Hilux, which is going to be used for their activities. You will know that if a Hilux patrol vehicle will be in the hand of these terrorists in the forest, what they can do with it. And the intelligence we are having right now that they have even mounted an RPG or general purpose machine gun, I can say, GPMG on that Hilux.
Ibrahim Abdul Rashid, who is the ringleader of the syndicate, confessed to committing the crime. The police also said it arrested 3 suspected terrorist informants aged between 20 and 22 who are indigenes of the state. Issa said they are specialized in calling terrorists into the town and helping them identify wealthy individuals for possible adoption.
Nemesis caught up with them when they conspired among themselves and invited some armed bandits hibernating in the forest to come and kidnap one Malam Rabiu of Kabalawa village and Alhaji Ali. In the course of investigation, suspects were arrested and confessed to the commission of the offense. Actually, what happened? These 3 suspects.
The police, however, warned indigenes of the state to desist from criminal activities, noting that investigations is ongoing to arrest other criminals.
The Regional Episcopal Conference of West Africa, with the acronym RECOA, is meeting in Abuja, the Nigerian capital, from May 2nd to May 9th, 2022, to chart a way forward for the promotion and sustenance of peace and security within the sub-region and beyond. Clearview TV's Mercy Eke reports that the summit, which will be hosted by the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, is expected to identify individuals and collective actions by citizens in the quest for the attainment of regional and world peace.
The theme of the conference, Fratelli Tutti, Path to Building Human Fraternity and Sustainable Peace in West Africa. According to the General Secretary, Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria, Father Zachariah Samjumi, the theme is in line with Pope Francis's encyclical, Fratelli Tutti, released in 2020. Father Zachariah says, the RECOA General Assembly will pay attention to promoting collective actions towards achieving common humanity. He noted that Fratelli Tutti is an effort to go beyond geographical and logistic differences to understanding and appreciating the challenges of humanity.
Driven by the awareness of our common humanity, RECOA plenary discuss peculiar issues that affect the lives of millions of people in West Africa and explore how best the church can support governments toward improving the living conditions of the people. RECOA has various organs that address the issues of interfaith, dialogue, security, good governance, justice, and peace.
Going further, Father Zachariah speaks extensively on some of the progress the RECOA has so far made.
Moreover, as RECOA, the church has been able to raise concerns and work together on issues bordering on justice and peace. From Senegal to Nigeria, RECOA has been a strong voice against land grabbing, child trafficking, illegal migration, terrorism, placing the issue of climate change on the concurrent list to curb desertification and many others. It is expected that these issues will still form part of the agenda at the 2022 Plenary Assembly in Abuja, which is expected to bring together over 150 bishops. In the invocation of the blessings of the shepherds of the church in West Africa, will be part of the spiritual benefits of hosting RECOA General Assembly to Nigeria. As a nation, as usual, the CBCN relies on the ever-loving and supportive laity in Nigeria to support the entire process in order to witness a successful hosting.
The General Assembly of RECOA brings together Catholic bishops from the 16 West African countries. Mercy Eke reporting for Clearview Television.
The Nigerian government says it is embarking on an enlightenment campaign to sensitize Nigerians on the implementation of the country's roadmap on data protection. Minister of Communications and Digital Economy Issa Pantami disclosed this at the unveiling of the core values of Nigeria's Data Bureau, that all laws regarding data protection in public and private sectors in the country must be harmonized.
The concept of life has changed drastically in the last 100 years. The shift of the world from the industrial to information era has highlighted the value of data, its influence on global systems and economies, as well as the harm that may arise from its constant abuse. Data protection laws are therefore important in helping to protect the ever-porous digital space and preserve the privacy rights of users from misuse of data and theft. The establishment of the Data Protection Bureau following approval by President Muhammadu Buhari further highlights the federal government's efforts in ensuring data protection, privacy and confidentiality in Nigeria. Speaking at the official inauguration of the Bureau's logo, website and core values, its Chief Executive Officer Vincent Olatunji said its mandate is to provide a strategic roadmap that will mark a turning point in Nigeria's data privacy and help create a more conducive environment for digital engagement.
How do we get the resources to even work? I would discover that one thing that is really key is the issue of awareness, because in terms of people knowing their rights, when they put their data online, even in normal records, analog forms, when you put your data there, what is your right? In terms of your consent, in terms of security of what you are giving there, in terms of storage, in terms of availability of this data, in terms of security.
Earlier in his address, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, called on the management of the Bureau to ensure data protection across all sectors in Nigeria.
And based on the mandate of the Bureau, it has been mandated to ensure the coordination of the entire data protection, data privacy, or data confidentiality in Nigeria, and not only within the public sector, including the private sector.
For the Director General, National Identity Management Commission, Aliyu Abubakar, the establishment of the Bureau will enable Nigeria further harness the gains in the ICT sector.
Will address the general concern over the potential for abuse and also public perception on the security of information and data.
In Nigeria, data protection is a constitutional right founded in the 1999 Constitution as amended to provide a sense of security for its citizens across the digital space. Gloria Atta, reporting for Clearview Television.
We'll take a quick break now and bring you more reports when we return. Please stay with us.
Listen to this truth. We are growing by the day and our viewership keeps growing on our different platforms. We are inviting you to advertise your goods and services with us at incredibly low rates. And do you have news for us? Script or video, please contact us through our email address clearviewnewsroom@gmail.com or WhatsApp line 080-650-30-300. Again, 080-650-30-300. Welcome on board.
You're welcome back. For so long now, original inhabitants of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, have been demanding recognition as a state or be granted the status of mayoralty. The original inhabitants strongly believe that this is the only way to comprehensively address the injustice caused by the dispossession of their lands and means of livelihood without proper compensation. In this special interview with Clearview TV, the leader of the original inhabitants Youth Empowerment Organization, Beatrice Lawrence Garki, sheds more light on the fate of original owners of Abuja in the administration of the FCT. We began by asking him whether the original inhabitants of the FCT are being recognized and well represented in the administration of the FCT, and of course, what efforts are being made to normalize the situation.
Abuja is just recognized as a place, but not as a place where people come from. So talking about representation, it borders around, are you first of all recognized, as is your existence actually recognized before you talk about being represented out there? So we're not represented in any way, neither are we recognized as a people. There have been efforts in several angles, efforts from civil society organizations, efforts from pressure groups, efforts from cohorts of lawyers and many others. And we've actually pushed the fight to a certain extent. We have a court judgment that mandates the president to nominate an indigene to be an FCT minister. That judgment has been neglected. So right now we're taking a different approach by means of advocacy, and we'll be advocating and saying this is the right of the people, this is who we are, we're people, we deserve our right, we need to enjoy the dividends of the country, we also need to be recognized, we need to be represented. And then we've pushed this fight as well, and then we're also trying to see as much as we can to bring in the international community. So I have to say, do not lose hope, stand up and let's keep fighting for our right. Let's push for this. We are a people. We must not allow our voices to be silent. We have to come out. We have to speak. And for some of our professionals that are out there, come and put hands with us. Let's see the best approach we can actually take this fight to and make sure that we enjoy the dividends of this government. We need to be able to take back what is ours, and we need to demand what is ours.
A group of aggrieved Nigerians in the UK are said to be making moves to send a strong delegation to Nigeria to meet with the leadership of the Senate and the House of Representatives to bear their minds on the undue hardships Nigerians in the diaspora are being subjected to. The group is particularly unhappy over issues relating to application and issuance of passports since the resumption in office of the current Nigerian High Commissioner to the UK in London. Clearview TV's Florence Joshua now tells us more.
This is in London. This is the Nigerian embassy in London. This guy drove a long way to the embassy in London. Now, on getting in there, suddenly he was told, well, your passport is not ready. And he was like, but you guys told me to come and pick my passport, that my passport is ready. Because you see one thing, the embassy actually refuses to do postage. They do not post these passports to people. I don't know why. That sounds like a very clumsy and a very awkward way of doing business. Now, out of frustration, only God knows how much this young chap must have spent. So what he did was, as the video is showing. So what he has done is to go and destroy every single thing that belongs to the embassy, all the cars. You can see all the cars at the embassy, he's basically destroying them. I think probably he was arrested, but no matter what, the material damage has been done. And this damage is done out of frustration. No sane Nigeria will want to destroy any Nigerian property. But in a situation where people do not get the services that they pay for, these things are not cheap. Nigerian passport is actually one of the most expensive passports in the world, yet there is no service that people get. You don't get the service you pay for. As long as the people continue to receive shabby treatment, as long as people are not respected, this will continue. This is just a warning shot to the Nigerian government. It is time that you begin to respect the people and give them the services that they pay for.
Home or abroad, the average Nigerian suffers in the hands of its government. While home-based Nigerians are plagued by insecurity, poor power supply, lack of potable water, bad roads and hospitals which eventually lead to physiological torture and eventual death, Nigerians abroad who may have access to basic human needs are not spared. The overwhelming stress witnessed by most Nigerians while renewing their passports is a whole lot of headache. Most Nigerians say they suffer post-traumatic stress disorder whenever they visit the commissions. Nigeria and England, notwithstanding their locations, are usually required to physically appear to obtain visas, renew passport or get new ones. Compared to the ease in other countries, some applicants say they were never given an appointment when they apply online because the staff make money by giving appointment to those who have bribed them. Passport fee is officially £75, but Nigerians charge as much as between £300 and £700 through the back door. Other African nationals in England get their passport in a matter of days, very much unlike the Nigerian foreign mission, where you are talked down with a feeling that you're being favored. Florence Joshua, reporting for Clearview Television.
And for more on the foreign scene, Burkina Faso's former president, Blaise Compaoré, has received a life sentence in absentia for his role in the assassination of his revolutionary predecessor, Thomas Sankara. Sankara, 37, was gunned down along with 12 others during the 1987 coup d'etat that brought Compaoré to power. The pair had been close friends and had jointly seized power in 1983. Sankara remains a hero for many across Africa because of his anti-imperialist stance and austere lifestyle. Compaoré has lived in exile in Ivory Coast since he was removed from office following mass protests in 2014 and has taken up Ivorian nationality. 13 others were also found guilty, including Compaoré's security chief, Hyacinthe Kafando, who was accused of leading the hit squad that killed Sankara. He too was tried in absentia and received a life sentence. They had both denied the charges. Compaoré had previously denounced the trial as a political sham. Gilbert Ndiere, one of the commanders of the army during the 1987 coup and the main defendant who was actually present at the trial, was also sentenced to life. He is already serving a 20-year sentence for a coup attempt in 2015. This verdict puts an end to the 6-month trial that began 34 years after the death of Sankara, whose assassination in a coup brought his ally Compaoré to power. 8 other defendants received sentences ranging from 3 to 20 years, and the 3 more defendants were acquitted. The verdict was greeted by applause in the courtroom. That concludes the news, but before we go, a quick recap of our main stories. Leke, son of the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, has received bashing from Nigerians after his Instagram posts sparked reactions on social media when he slammed erring pastors of the church and calling them goats for preaching different sermons from those authorized by the General Overseer. Original inhabitants of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) are still demanding recognition as a state or be granted mayoralty status. In an exclusive interview with Clearview TV, leader of the Original Inhabitants Youth Empowerment Organization, Beatrice Lawrence Gariki, insisted that this is the only way to comprehensively address the injustice caused by the dispossession of their lands and means of livelihood without proper compensation. Burkina Faso's former president Blaise Compaoré has received a life sentence in absentia for his role in the assassination of his revolutionary predecessor Thomas Sankara. Sankara, 37, was gunned down alongside 12 others during the 1987 coup d'etat that brought Compaoré to power. Do remember to like us on Facebook, Clearview Television. Follow us on Twitter at Clearview Online. Follow us on Instagram at ClearviewTV_NG. And also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Clearview TV. Thanks for watching. I am Nkiro Obuli.